is My Perspective Podcast, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. I'm your host, Big Homie Smiles. You feel me?
It's your girl, they call me PYT.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie B. My first topic: why do men get intimidated by studs or doms? I've been in a lot of situations where I'm cool with a lot of female girls. Just for example, like PY, and she introduced me to her dude. Automatically, they feel intimidated. Like, oh, y'all fucking, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. It's like it annoys me. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable to a point where I don't even want to be around my friends, significant others, or even at a club. Like I'm just dancing by myself. Prime example, I was my homegirl got on stage and she was singing, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy. And then, but she wasn't really vibing. So I grabbed the mic and I'm singing. Y'all know my energy. I'm over there singing off beat, dancing, don't know how to dance. And this one guy was like, what the fuck? Why is this stud on here? And I'm like, what would be the difference if I was a female? Because it was a female got on there. She was twerking though. She was dancing. She was twerking. Then I got on there. I was just like, I was like the Beyonce of the group. So I just feel like I don't understand
It's a,
why.
it's a lot of answers to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Well,
give
give
you
me
a
some.
couple.
Give me some. Give me some.
I'm gonna give you a few. All right. So the first answer I got is because number one, for a lot of doms or studs or however people consider themselves,
Yeah.
a lot of people, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us sometimes we carry ourselves in a very like not me, maybe not even you, but I've seen it like doms carry themselves in a very kind of like overly aggressive, overly disrespectful way when it comes to a man. And at the end of the day, we are women. So when that is not established with the dom or the stud, then it may come off like, oh, this nigga hating on me. Then you have some situations where a nigga may have had they bitch taken by a dom.
I've
You
done
know what
that
I'm saying? Or a
multiple
stud.
times.
So they got some some trauma with the doms or they like to say dykes with the dykes, or whatever. How some people call themselves dykes, you know what I'm saying, you know? So I don't want
That's
nobody
just
to
so
feel offended.
disrespectful. Don't call me no dyke.
Yeah, but
It's like
not to
calling me a
say
bitch.
no, don't call me no bitch. You better call me a dyke before you call me a bitch. A
Don't
bitch
call me no
fighting
bitch.
word.
Don't call me no dyke. Ugh.
Hell no. I don't give a fuck what a nigga call me, but call me Miss whatever, motherfucker.
Oh, what?
I heard
You starting
that.
already lying.
But then you know what I'm saying. You know, so some niggas is, they get they bitch taken. And that's the situation. And then it's just some men is offended by homosexuality, and you as a dom or a stud coming around they female, they may be intimidated. Like, damn, is she gonna take my girl laughing too much with this woman, man, boy, or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, you know?
Yeah.
So it could be a lot of things, but for the most part, a lot of doms just be overstepping and being overly aggressive, like doing overly the most. Just like overly, like, bitch, you trying to overly be a man. Like, it's not even about that. Like, if you's a real nigga, like, a nigga's gonna respect that. Like, niggas respect me, you know what I'm saying? I don't, because I respect man, you know what I'm saying? So if you ain't out here respecting man, then bitch, you gonna get dealt with and carried like one, like a bitch ass nigga. Just like these bitch ass niggas get dealt with, you know?
I feel like how your energy is, you probably the life of the party, you turned up, and then you got people that you don't know, they just feel intimidated, like, damn, she coming in here trying to turn something up. Look how she dressed. She want to be a
That's an
boy.
assumption.
She
You're
gonna
making assumptions. You don't know that person and you don't know what they thinking. You're not a fucking mind reader. That's the problem. People be so tuned into what other people thinking And they get so fucked up in their head about what somebody else thinking. You don't know what that person thinking. You're not a mind reader. You can only assume based on the micro gestures that they may be doing. You can always tell if somebody fuck with you though. That is true.
Yeah, that's
If
that's
you
the
can,
example.
so you
That's
can you can tell if somebody fucking with you, but you don't know why they not fucking with you. You don't know the reason. But it may not have nothing to do with your sexual preference. It may be you remind them of an ex bitch that they used to have. And you know what I'm saying? Because we women at the end of the day. So, or maybe the nigga's like,
oh, now it's
oh,
we,
why
huh?
she dressing like a boy? She too pretty to be dressing like that.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So some niggas don't even see the dom that we see. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to say. It's this whole world is illusion. Like Unc be saying, this shit a fucking we in a stimulation like
What's
motherfucker.
your perspective, P?
I see it kind of from both sides. As far as like with the aggression, I have a sister, and I will say that sometimes it is like calm down a little bit. That's a man. Like not like that, but that's a man. You're a woman. At the end of the day, you may be a dom, or you may have those tendencies because you're in relationships with women, but at the same time, it's like she Smiles was saying, respect. At the end of the day, you are a woman. You don't want no man to disrespect you and hit you. So it's like, just fall back. But then at the same time, I see it from the perspective too of men are intimidated. Like men are intimidated by strong women, period.
Yeah,
Right.
agree.
I think that all the time, so I guess for a person dressing like a boy, to
Yeah.
them it's like, okay, you think you stronger than me, you think you know more of a man than me, and it does sometimes become an intimidation thing. They may be insecure. A lot of men I hear are insecure as far as the woman on woman because of how emotional that relationship becomes because of
Right.
the it's different. Trust is different. You feel me? So for guys, it's like, I don't want you taking my female because I know what you offer that I can't. Even though I have a penis,
I got
still.
one in the backpack. I got what you mean? I got one too.
But that's what I'm saying. With a woman, it's different because with a woman is pleasing a woman multiple ways. A woman is pleasing a woman's mind in multiple ways. Not like that, but you could be friends with a girl and all of a sudden, if you feeling her, you end up, you feel me, liking her. And that's what guys are afraid of. It's not friendships anymore. They're afraid of girls messing with one another. Also, alluding to what Smile said too about the homosexuality. It's a lot, of that's out now. So I can see kind of how a guy may feel like, dang, is that really your homegirl? Is that,
Right.
your friend?
Especially if the dom is an attractive looking joint and she like
Yeah.
look like a little boy, like a man. Like I say little boy, but I mean man because we grown. But they look attractive, like a masculine. You know what I'm saying? Like that could really be offensive to a man. You know what I'm saying? Like damn bitch, you out here looking like a pretty ass little nigga.
I guess I hear you guys. I mean I've never been in a situation where I think I'm a boy. Like
Mhm.
even my baby mama was trying to fight this boy, and I'm like, oh well, this man. I'm sorry, man. Like Smile said,
Your baby
I'm
mother
like,
out of line for that. She out of line. You
and
gotta
she was
check
like,
your
you
baby
gonna fight? I'm
mother.
like, that's a whole man. Like I
Why
know
you
I'm a
ain't
boy.
check your baby mother, B?
No, I'm telling you the
Yeah.
story. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, it's the Don. It's the Don Julio, my fault.
So I was telling her like, that's a whole man. That man gonna whoop our ass. No, we got it. Both of us got it. I'm like, no, I don't got it. You got it. Mm-mm. And then I told her like, I don't look at myself as a guy. Like I'm just who I am. I'm just a woman that like women, but people put me in that category as being a
That's not
stud.
a check. That's
So
not how you check your bitch. You should have said, "Bitch, calm your motherfucking ass down, bitch."
you was a pimp in your past life, huh? You always talking about checking.
Yeah, bitch,
You don't
calm
talk to
down,
your
bitch.
your significant other
Now,
like that.
if I got a knife and a nigga coming at us like crazy, bitch, I got us. Damn right. I'm a sushi that nigga up. But bitch, you just out here popping off, bitch, and then gonna tell me to pop off? No, bitch, I'ma slap your ass, bitch. Calm down.
It's basically it's just insecurity. That's kind of really all it boiled down to. It's just a man's
That's
insecurity.
that's what I was waiting for you to say.
Insecure. And like I said, just me being an independent woman, like I have guys say derogatory thing. You think you this? Oh, you a stuck up bitch? No, I'm not. But because of the way I carry myself, and that's the same thing with y'all. Because of the way you carry yourself, they're intimidated by that. They're insecure. It's like I may lose her to a girl, or I may lose her to a nigga. You know, like
Makes sense.
where's the win in that situation?
Um, let's talk about I don't know where it's at. I'm sorry. I'm not good at that. But this guy, he had 3 kids. One was 10, 6, and 1 years old. He left them in McDonald's for 2 hours because he went to a job interview. And I guess the police was called. What's your Well, let me tell you my perspective on it. I feel like the 1 year old is a little bit too much. The 1 year old
Georgia,
is huh?
Georgia.
Okay, this was in Georgia. Okay, shout out to ATL. All right, so I feel like the 1 year old is a little bit too much because the 10-year old is still a kid, but the 10 and 6 year old, if it was only the 10 and 6 year old, what's wrong with that? He's trying to better his life, man. He don't have the funds to pay for a babysitter. He didn't even have a freaking car. He could have been out. I know people back in the days that used to ride with their kids selling drugs and doing this and doing that. He's trying to change his life for the better. I don't understand. I feel like nothing was wrong with it. That was well, the 1 year old was a little bit, that was pushing it. The 1 year old was pushing it. But the 10 and 6, if it was only the 10 and 6, what's wrong with just trying to better yourself? If you don't have a job and you're trying to better yourself, he's literally going on an interview. Now these people done called the police, got child protective, what, CPS involved. I just feel like y'all doing too much, man.
He got a GoFundMe. Nas made him a GoFundMe. He already up 60 racks.
60K, you hear me?
Yeah.
AB, you
So
set it up. He up 60K. And I bet you somebody's going to donate him a car, probably give him a little job as a security guard or whatever. But I feel like nothing was wrong with it. Charlemagne the God gave him Donkey of the Day and said that you put your kid's life at risk. I feel like he was thinking probably in his head like the 10-year-old got the 6-year old, the 6 and the 10-year old got the 1 year old. So what's
Y'all
y'all
gonna hate
perspective?
me. Y'all gonna hate me for this joint. Y'all gonna hate me for this. Y'all
I
gonna hate me for this. Number one, I feel like this might have been like a money grab type of plot. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is all a little setup scheme, little type of move on the dude part because number one, he knew that the police was gonna get caught. You an adult, ain't no way in the world you didn't know that leaving your 1 year old, 10 year old, and 6 year old in a McDonald's that's booming. Nobody wouldn't have called nothing, especially if the 10 year old is carrying and the baby, the 1 year old, a big baby probably, you know what I'm saying? She carrying that joint or he carrying that joint wobbling, you gonna get caught. Number two, I think that the dude is definitely a donkey because how in the world you gonna be a black man, number one, and you leave your kid, your 1 year old, your kids, it don't even matter what the age was, they under the age of 13, and you leave your children in a public place with no adult supervision to go to get a job interview. You would have
Did the
got the
manager,
job
the
if
supervisor?
you
The
would have
fuck?
got the job interview if you would have had a better chance of getting that job interview if you would have took all your kids to the job interview. You would have said like went to the joint. You could have finessed it and all that. You could have been like, look, I know it's unorthodox for me to bring my kids, but all my people, you know, I wasn't able to, reach out to nobody. So I'm gonna sit my kids in the lobby. They're gonna be good, and I'm gonna do the interview or something like that. Or they might have even said we can reschedule and come back. We'll give you another date to do the interview. He a donkey, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, black people came together and hopefully this money they ciphering for him out the pockets of niggas working hard. He do something righteous with it and not
What you,
put it into
what you
being a
mean? He about to
rapper
buy him a
and not
Cuban link
and not
chain. You
being
hear
a
me?
rapper and not trying to be a fucking rapper.
What you mean? He about to buy him a Cuban link chain. You hear me? He about to be outside, baby. Still no
Yeah,
job.
that's
Kids
real talk.
still
Cause
at
guess what? If
McDonald's.
that was a woman, if that real shit, if that was a woman, she would have been dragged
It
so hard
happened
through the
before. It
ground.
happens all the time.
She would have been dragged so hard through the ground, people would not have given her no grace. But because it's a man and they see him with kids, they think like, oh, where's the mom at? You know, she ain't shit. She leaving this nigga with 3 kids and he trying to get some money and this what happened. This the bitch fault. You know what I'm saying? So this all stupidity. This fucking stupidity. The nigga dumb. I feel bad for the kids because he got 2 idiots for parents.
P, help me out, P. Come on,
Okay,
come on. I need your perspective. Come
I
on, P.
agree. I agree with both of y'all. A little, with both of y'all. With Smile, I agree with Smiles because with it being Georgia, I'm not sure like I'm sure that McDonald's probably was predominantly black workers. He could have spoke to somebody. You know, hey, this is my situation. I'm gonna leave my kids here, you feel me, for 30 minutes or whatever. I gotta go to this job interview. Put the little baby in the stroller. The 10 and 6-year-old should be good. You feel me? Sitting at the table eating some French fries and a burger. Don't get up. Could you keep an eye out on them? Because kids are being kidnapped left and right. I get why he did it, but at the same time, you did kind of put your kids in harm's way because you could have returned to that McDonald's and none of them could have been there, or 1 or 2 of them couldn't have been there, or somebody could have got hurt, kid could have choked on something, you know. So I get that part, but at the same time, we as a society pick and choose who we want to be sympathetic to and have empathy for. um
Agree.
I believe this was what, last year or 2023. There was a woman. She had to go to work. What was it? Vegas. She
Yeah,
left
it
her
was Vegas.
daughter in the car. She was working at a casino. The air was on. Cracked the window. They still called the police on her. You know,
Damn.
and even, like I said, even with his situation, it's messed up because it's like he should have been able to have somebody. That just exposes and shows that he may not have a support system. He may
Mhm.
not have people. We looking at these little girls being killed and raped by their fathers and stepfathers, and the grandmother saying, "Oh, I didn't know." Some people really don't have a support system out there. Some
Mhm.
people really don't have help.
That's basically what I
So
was trying to say. You never know his situation.
his
He was
situation,
trying.
yeah, I don't know why they wasn't in school. I will say that because 10 to 6-year-old, that's kindergarten and what, second grade, third grade.
Exactly. Y'all trying to make excuse for that bum
No,
ass
but
nigga.
somebody got to watch the 1-year-old.
But
Right.
somebody gotta watch the 1-year-old. So I get that. I just feel
So he
like
took all the kids. So he took all the kids out of school. What?
he just took all the kids with him to the job interview. I say let's wait and see what his response is. And then just with us being minorities, it's like, come on. Donald Trump and them cut childcare. You feel me? So we don't
Cut
know
Right.
if he
everything.
played a part into it, So we really don't know the full situation. But I do feel like as a society, we got to stop picking and choosing who to have empathy and sympathy for. You feel me? For real. Like, let's get the full story and see from both sides before we judge somebody.
I feel
I'm
that.
I'm I'm rooting for anybody that's black.
It's a Ray.
Oh yeah, you know it. Huh? I'm rooting for anybody that's black. I'm going for my people. I'm going strong for my people. But yeah, I mean, I get what Smile's saying, and I do get what you're saying, but I'm more so leaning on what you're saying. You just basically broke it down. Like, you don't know his situation, and that's what I was looking at it from, like being a mom, and sometimes you don't have that support
Would
system.
you
It's like,
would you leave your son at his age? You know you had nobody to watch your kid. Everybody said I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. Would you leave your son? How old is he? 6? Would you leave him in a
7.
damn McDonald's? Would you?
No, but I would leave him at home. Legally in Arizona, you can.
They
You
did it
just
back
have
in
to.
the day.
Yeah,
If
back in
your
the days,
son,
I
if you
was
feel
younger
your
than that.
son responsible enough to be in the house by himself, I was left to watch my brother. So we was young,
Yeah.
so I get it. And that
Yeah.
was we was responsible. Only one time I called the police because I punched a nigga in his chest. I punched his ass. Boom. And then
So I know
the
people.
nigga punched me, and I called the police. I said, "Oh fuck no, nigga."
See, that's
I,
when you thought you was a dude. Yeah,
yeah,
you felt that dude in you. He gave it to
yeah.
you.
I felt that because he was becoming a man. He was becoming a little boy. You know what I'm saying? He was at an age. He was. I couldn't bully him no more. So he showed my little shit, and I
Yeah, he
never
said,
put
"I
my
got
hands
something
on him
too."
again. No. What you say, bitch?
No, I said he showed you that he was a dude. Like, I'm gonna show you. You think you a boy? I'm gonna show you who a real
He
boy
sure
is.
did. He sure did. And I learned my lesson. Guess what? I never put my hands on him again, but I did cut his ass one time, and I bit his ass.
I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie. My brother is 6 foot, 6'1", and me and my sister, we didn't have so many fights with bro. One time, my nigga, this
Like
nigga
fist
tripped me.
fights.
Fights. This nigga tripped me, bro. Right? I'm at my grandma's house. He tripped me. I bust my mouth on the back of my grandma's door. She got an old, like the wooden doors. Before I knew it, I ran outside, jumped up on top of his car, put a dent in the hood.
Ooh,
Don't play with
ooh,
me.
ooh.
I probably can't beat you, but I'm gonna get you. I'm
Oh,
gonna get.
He didn't cut.
he
He
said I'm gonna
didn't
be
try
petty
to whip
back.
your ass.
No, he was like, "Oh, why would you do? I look at my mouth."
Right. You bleed, you leaking this shit.
I ain't even cry.
Damn, that's fucked up, bro.
You was in your fields. You was in your fields for sure, for sure. And then I know people are thinking about, oh boy, like why he didn't leave him at home and have a cell phone or Google or Alexa or whatever. What happened if he's sleeping on somebody's couch? I'm just looking at it from both
Yeah.
sides. I understand what Smiles is saying, and I understand what you're saying, but I'm just looking at it from somebody that's really struggling and trying to better themselves for themselves.
Are you living in somebody? Are you living in a van or something? You got a home or a roof over your head. So
What
I
happened if
mean,
he's sleeping
regardless
on
of you,
somebody's couch and they
huh?
barely accepting him?
They need to give him an interview the same way that The View and everybody, not trying to make it about race, but the same way that y'all throw these white people on Channel 7 because they quote unquote they child van got stolen and they child in a wheelchair. The same way y'all do that and get money for that, because that's why I said we got to stop picking and choosing. Because I don't know if y'all notice, every time around Christmas time, it's always some other family whose van gets stolen all the
Yeah.
time. Oh, their child's wheelchair got stolen. Oh, the father lost his job. He's a father of 7 and he
Right.
works at in the field picking fruit and produce. Let's help him.
You talking about a Mexican?
I'm just saying, like, we really gotta stop like picking and choosing who to have sympathy for, because it's like, bro,
Yeah.
we don't know his situation. Give him an interview. Good Day
Yeah.
America. Bring him on TV so we can figure out why that happened. And also, he may eventually, potentially, could be the poster child for single men that's out here that are raising their kids by themselves and they don't have the same help that women have.
Somebody said something on my YouTube channel when I posted our clips. Um,
What
why
they
do we
say?
always like talk about race? And
I'm talking
I
about race. Do we?
like we compare like, oh, with this race versus us. And I was just like, this is 2025, man. This is my response. This is 2025. We supporting our black sisters, our black brothers, but we're not racist, we're not prejudiced. We just
No,
showing
we
y'all
not
or telling
prejudiced.
y'all or giving y'all
Everybody
our
is prejudiced.
perspective.
Everybody
Huh?
prejudiced, bro. Everybody prejudiced.
Even if it is prejudice or whatever, I honestly don't even, not like that. But when it comes to prejudice and black people, we didn't write the book on prejudice. So,
We ain't write it though.
and
That's
I
true.
feel like as a response to that question, as far as race, I thought about that too one day, and I said, I hope that it's not racially like geared topics and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's 2025. It's not that we're trying to bring up race. We're just trying to state facts. And the facts are that there are some races that, endure more. It's some races that deal with more. Some races that get the short end of the stick. And it's some that
Blacks.
benefit.
I
Like
live in Arizona, baby.
today on ABC7 website, because they posted a story about a Hispanic worker when the Caucasian couple left the restaurant, that they didn't leave her a tip. What they wrote was
Um,
basically like, "We're not leaving you a tip, like go back to your country," type or whatever.
oh, I
Went back.
seen that. I
I
seen
see
that.
that.
So my comment was, how smart are you guys as a race, or how smart are we as a country to pick a fight with the people who serve us food, with the
Right.
people who make our food, with the people who pick our produce? And there was a couple of Caucasians who felt like, oh, well, that's racist. I said, what I'm saying is fact. 92% of the farmers are Latino. 26% of the food service workers are Hispanic.
Wow.
So they're the majority in that field. So how am I being racist by stating a fact? I think because we're stating facts when we're comparing races, that people get offended and they don't like the truth. They don't like the truth about their own people.
Bingo.
We're not trying to change nobody's mind. All we're doing is stating facts. Ain't that what the news do?
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for anybody that's black. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, man.
And speaking about people that's black, my topic is about how I've noticed that in our generation, or the young people, have had a shift towards God. And what I mean is like a lot of young people are not afraid to talk about God, to say that they love God. And I think that's wonderful. I think that what the world needs now is God and love. And that the more young people get in touch with their spiritual side, because for some people, going to church is not really something that they is for them, and it's not how that they are able to receive God's word. And in the Bible it say that, if three are gathered, then, and worship in my name, then, he respect that. So it's not always about being in a church, but sometimes you do need the church to get that word from the preacher. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not always going to get it on your own when you go into church. And because the person talking is a man of God, then he going to tap in with you. You're going to be like, dang, I came to church, he talk about me. You know what I'm saying? Happen every time. So
Agreed.
I just noticed that a lot of people, a lot of young people are like talking about God. For example, I'm gonna give you a prime example. It's a young man that was at Rolling Loud, and he had this song about God, and that joint was hype. I was in that, I was like, oh, I wasn't in Carson, but I was looking at that joint on YouTube, like, man, that's strong as a mug. Because before this year, I feel like you couldn't have got we wouldn't have saw nobody popping for real, like going on a big stage
His
talking
name,
about them.
his name is Caleb Gordon.
Caleb
Shout out to
Gordon. Shout
Caleb
out to
Gordon.
Caleb. Shout out to Caleb Gordon. He did his thing. What y'all think about that? Do y'all feel like it's a shift in spirituality in our generation?
It's like not like that, but it's like if you believe in the Bible, you know that the Bible say that this was gonna happen. You know,
Yeah.
the Bible said that the young people are gonna flock to him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because of the times that we're living in. And I feel like people are at a point now where it's like, if you don't love the Lord, that's cool.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to, you feel me? Like, I'm not trying to go down that route that you're going down. Because speaking for myself, like when I was growing up, especially like when I was in high school around my friends, it was times that they wouldn't want me to come along. And people told me, like, oh, the reason why they don't invite you sometimes is because you always quoting the scripture. When they do,
Oh.
you getting on them, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. And
Uh-huh.
because of that, I'm like, okay, well, let me stop doing that. Let me not talk about the Lord all the time. I started cursing. I started conforming to the way that they were, feeling like I had to be like that to be accepted and connected to them. And the crazy thing about it was, just this year, my friend said to me, like, you didn't even curse, when we were growing up. You used to be the one always in church, always talking about church. One of my friends,
Uh-huh.
because of me, I'm the reason why she was going to church. And I sat back and I thought about it and I said, it's sad that because of the influence of the world, because of peer
Uh-huh.
pressure, if these people are not God, not like that, but you do got to remove yourself and you do have to be around like-minded individuals because it will take you off your spiritual path. Seeing
Yeah.
these people these days, and it's like, I don't know if y'all see it on Instagram, but it'd be like thousands and thousands of young kids in college, and it's some concert they be going to, and all of them hands raised, praising the Lord, speaking in tongues. And it's like, that's what you need. I get some people embarrassed about going to church. They don't want people to know that they go to church, or because they've sinned, they feel guilty. It's some churches out there that do the finger pointing. Don't get me wrong. But from experience, when I start sinning, and I talk to my mom, I've been talking to my mom about this lately because I know that I need to get myself right. I know when I started sinning, I didn't want to go to church. I found everything wrong. The preacher, he asking for money. Oh, look at them. They only worry about what you got on. Oh, they always talking about what you ain't supposed to do. All they doing is reading God's word. And I'm getting mad at them because the spirit that's inside of me don't want to hear it. And
they just the messenger. Don't kill the messenger.
Kids out here reaching for the Lord, y'all keep reaching for it, because when his sandals bust through that cloud, baby, you want to be telling your friends, depart from me, I do not know you. You want to be walking with him. You don't want to still be down here with Dragon Ball Z. You feel me?
Next episode on Hell on Earth.
I basically agree with both of you guys. People that I'm around that's young, no, they still on some gang banging shit, pimping shit, shoot 'em up stuff. But the things that I see on Instagram, maybe because I'm getting closer to God, I'm seeing a lot of youth is, like you said, at worship events, praising God. And it's a beautiful thing, because at my age, it was like, my aunt was a deacon. So at my age, I was always in church. But my other people, they were selling little $5 stress bags and this and that. So I wouldn't tell people like, oh, I can't hang out with you on Wednesday because I got Bible study. I'll just be like, oh, I can't hang out. So I was kind of embarrassed because, like, I don't know, maybe like I was thinking like being closer to God or letting everybody know that I love God probably was like, you're going to look at me as a scrub or a nerd or this and that. So I'm here for the youth that don't care what nobody say, that's on their own lane, running their own marathon, that's worshiping God and spreading the word of God. I'm here for it.
Remember, it used to be cool though to love God. Remember how the teenagers in church would do the praise dances, and they would do Sid Hammond or Kirk Franklin stunt. They have on the jerseys or whatever, and they be
had the steppers. When you go to and be a stepper and stuff.
Yeah, but that's at church. Now that's a different thing. Now that they go to a different school, let's just say they go to Henry Clay Middle School in Gardena. Are they really over there saying, yeah, I worship God, I'm a part of the praise team? A lot of people back then, in my days, I'm 40. So in my days, they wasn't doing that. I knew a couple of people that was worshiping God and praise dancers, the drummer at church, but be at school, blending in with the crowd. So let me ask you guys a question. I'm non-domination.
What's non-domination mean?
Non-dominational. I'm sorry.
What's that mean?
She don't belong to like Baptist, Episcopalian, and all of that. She don't. Yeah.
I just believe in God.
Yeah.
Somebody put us here, and I've been there. I experienced what do you call it? Like, I experienced something, like I felt God in me. So I believe in God, I do, but I don't consider myself Christian, Baptist. What are you guys? Are you guys Christian, Baptist? What?
That's not the same. So let me break it down for you, because that's not the same. You read the Bible. Christianity is not a religion. It is described as a relationship. So when I say I am a Christian, I am not, man put religion on it.
Okay, gotcha.
Relationship with Christ. So I'm a Christian. As far as Baptist and stuff, it's a Christian, but that is a form of Christianity. Like you said, the denominational or whatever. If you're a Christian, you're a Christian. Apostle and all of that stuff that they putting on it. You feel me? All of that, the what is it, Zion? Like, that's all the stuff that they're putting on it. But if you believe in Jesus Christ, that is a relationship. That is not a religion.
Make sure you put money in the offering though.
I ain't paid no tithes and offering in a long time at church, but I give. I see homeless people, I feed them. You feel me? I give my
That's
backpack.
tithing and offering right there. That's
Yeah, I give
tithing.
to the community. I give to the people. Like
That's
so.
what the Quran say.
So what about you, Smiles?
What? What about
Are you
me?
Christian? Are you non-denominational? Are
I
you?
grew up. I'm a Christian. I grew up my denomination is Baptist. I grew up in a Baptist church, but I consider myself Christian. Like PY said, I love God. You know, society's view of my love for God is a complication, but I love God, and I think when you believe in God and you really start to, you know, I think put God first in everything, just people
Mhm.
just start to drift away from you, and that's okay. It's because
Yep.
that's not who you need to be around. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
those that are like minded, like people I said, are gonna flock to you, and you're gonna be around them. And you know when you really start to, because you do got to read the Bible, and
Mhm.
I fall short because I don't be reading the Bible, but I do think it is good for you to read the Bible to have an understanding.
Yeah.
And when you believe in God and you read the Bible, and you get an understanding, like it becomes your eyes start to open. You know what I'm saying? Certain people read the Bible and it's just like junk, it's just like mumbo jumbo. But really, when you read the Bible, it's fables, and it's and the word is real time. So every time you read it, it may be a fable in that Bible that may be happening, relating to the situation in your life. You know what I'm saying? And it'll give you some understanding on how to get through it based on what they did back in the day. Now, man has had their hand in the Bible, so certain things, I feel like you can pick and choose what you want out of it. You see how we talking about God? I think that's always good for people to, hear, especially as being women, talking about God, and, just making it an open platform for people to feel comfortable to even talk about God. Because like everybody was saying, some people was embarrassed,
Yeah.
or still is embarrassed to talk about, God, and be because maybe they feel like their lifestyle or how they living is not, and it may not be what you should be doing according to the Bible. But the fact that you are, talking about God, is still He's able to use you as a vessel, I think, to
Mhm.
bring more people, to Him. So that's what all I gotta say about that. Next topic, as DC turns.
This remind me. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. We
What?
just talked
Remind
about
me
God.
what?
We just talked about God. Go ahead.
Hey, bro, go
Yeah.
ahead.
You.
All right, so we got Q the Fool, man. Q the Fool is an artist from PG County. He just dropped a song, Don't Get Hurt. That joint crank. Now, y'all not familiar with Q the Fool, so I want y'all to check him out after the show. He made this hit song called Guns and Bills. It go Guns and Bills, Glocks and Spills. I'm a rich shooter, bitch. I may go to hell. I seen some shit that I may never would tell. Good gas, bitch. Come take a spit. I made. Man, bitch, shut up. Nah, I ain't gonna work. It's a cranking ass song. I know I said that song about going to hell. I know it's crazy that he said that in the song. But when you living in the world and you hear that joint, it crank.
1 million, I need way more than that. Red bottoms, my shoes,
That's the
my
rest of my hat. Yeah.
I was locked up, seals, rats, cheap,
Yeah. Guns and bills, Glock and spills and bills.
What? What? Can you break down what's Zales?
Yeah, guns and bills. That joint
Oh,
crank, man.
bells.
I'm not. Yeah,
So is
guns and
that
bills.
bail, like bail money, or is it
No, bills are drugs.
Oh, see, you gotta break this shit down, bro. We
bail?
don't. You gotta break it down because I really thought you talking about like bail money, like.
I swear
Nah.
we're gonna do a whole episode or something where you just teach us the lingo.
Yeah, we have to because I'm thinking he's talking about bail money. And PY,
Yeah,
you agree?
yeah. I thought guns and bells. Like
Yeah,
I
like I got guns and I got the bail money. What you mean?
Yeah,
Okay, so he's talking
that is.
about
We
drugs.
gonna say that. We gonna say that. We gonna say that.
Okay,
We gonna say that. Guns and bills. That's what that be.
okay, yeah, right. We
But
do
he
gotta
just
say that.
dropped another song called "Don't Get Hurt." and the joint crank. I mean, Cutiful is a popping artist. I think everybody should go tap in with him. He's from PG County. He's always made consistent music, and he has a lot of artists on his team that is popping and doing their thing. Um, RG Simba also is still incarcerated. RG Simba is another artist from Moco County. It's not PG County. It's close to PG County, but it's Montgomery County. He's like a real popping artist out there.
Why is he
But
locked up? Because I do see you play his music a lot. Why is he? What's going on with him?
I think he caught a gun charge when he was in DC, and the gun may or may not have had a switch on it. I don't know. This is all alleged information, but I do know it has something to do with a gun being in the car. So, when you a rapper, I feel like is the most dangerous job, especially when you in DC and you rapping and stuff like that. So, he might have needed to be protected.
I'd rather get caught with it than without it.
You feel me? So if I gotta do some time for having that thing on me and knowing, I may have beef out here in these streets, then it be like that. But he gotta think smart, like he gotta have like security. So he can't just be out here moving stupid. He gotta think smart. But another situation that happened is, so remember I was talking to y'all about Ant Glizzy and Bike Life Dog, how they broke up and shit. So Ant is now back with one of his original girlfriends. I'm not sure if it's Sade or Mercedes, but they did this little cooking with Ant type shit. And it was boring as shit. You know what I'm saying? That joint was boring as shit. It was a waste of my fucking minute of my life that I tried to get into it. But even though I don't like Ant, the nigga make good content. You know what I'm saying?
Why was it boring to you?
Because it wasn't live like how it was with Bike Life Dog and him. Like when Bike Life Dog, she from Baltimore, right? And she a biker. She ride the little joints, the wheelers. What you call them
like
joints?
Four wheelers.
She ride the 4-wheelers. She ride, and she be popping them joints. And she fat as shit, and she pretty as shit. She a red bone. You know what I'm saying? I like them long head, thick red bone.
She ain't a lady if she ain't 180.
What you say?
She ain't a lady if she ain't 180. 210, count your girl in.
Okay, pimpin', water take, trippy time, my nigga, water take. Water take, nigga, water take. Yeah, so it wasn't popping like how it was with Ant and Bike Life Dog. The joint was just like boring. You know what I'm saying? It just was dry as shit. You know how when somebody got a vibe on the internet and people, the people that's watching your content fuck with that vibe, and then something happened, and then they try to get another vibe, and just the vibe not really clicking for real. But because Ant got a strong fan base, they gonna fuck with whoever. But it just wasn't that. And so his little fame job, like I feel like it's dwindling. He gonna have to start talking about somebody, because that's really how he got his name, like talking about people. He trying to be normal and shit. Nah, nigga, you gotta stick with this being a bid and talking about people and trying to get in everybody's business and all this other shit that you started with. Don't be trying to be normal now, nigga.
But that could be dangerous, like you said. People can run up on you like.
This he from Southeast. He know what it is when he started this shit. He from Southeast DC, man. That's one of the hardest quadrants in Washington DC. Is one of the hardest quadrants. So he from Southeast. He got to stop trying to be normal like he trying to do. He need to cause chaos. Back to causing chaos. I thought, I wanted the nigga to really not cause chaos. Honestly, I wanted to just chill, but I realized because he's created so much chaos and controversy, it's just entertaining now. And at this point, he can't be normal. Yeah. That's like Charleston White trying to be normal. Like, niggas is not gonna fuck with him. Don't be trying to be normal, nigga. Keep talking your shit. Fuck is you talking about?
I like Charleston White. I like him.
Yeah.
Now.
But that's all I gotta say about that. And coming to the stage,
P.Y. Burrell.
Boo! Everybody boo Jamie, boo!
Where my glasses at?
Boo Jamie, geeking ass fatty.
What is geeking ass? Because I know in my terms, geeking mean like you off a pill, you geeking.
Yeah.
So what?
Nah, geeking mean you press.
Oh, okay. See, you gotta break it down, bro. You can't just be saying these.
Yeah, 'cause if we say like that nigga geeking, people gonna think, oh, he off a pill. They
He off
not
a
gonna
pill.
he
That's
Nah, we get with somebody off the pill. That mean they jamming. That nigga in his
not
jam. That nigga jamming like a motherfucker.
uh,
jamming.
I okay. Okay, yo, next week, I'm not trying to tell you what to say or what to do, but you need to break some lingo down for us next
Yes,
week.
yes.
At least 10 things you gotta break down for us. Cause
Or that
bro,
nigga stuck. Yeah.
Our last topic that I wanted to talk about is about men who are sexually abused by women. The
Oh,
reason why I want to talk about this topic, just why you looking right now, and
what the fuck?
it's taboo. It's taboo to speak
it
about.
happened.
It's taboo to speak about in all communities, not just our community. It's taboo because men, you got homosexuality, and if a man says something about, hey, somebody did something to me, people look at it like, oh, well, you gay, you didn't like that woman, did that to you. So
Right.
YG has a song, and in the lyrics that just came out, he talks about being traumatized by a woman who picked him up from school, 30 years old. He knew this woman. He was 14. She took him to her house and basically took advantage of him. And he was
Okay.
saying that afterwards, he didn't really know. He didn't know how to make sense of it, how he's supposed to feel. The Weekend, there was an interview he did a few years ago, and he talked about how he kind of has a hard time having relationships with women because when he was 13 years old, his babysitter took advantage of him. And we as a society will say, like, oh, you a boy, or any boy will want a woman to do that to them, but I'm a child. And this
Yeah.
Yeah.
woman that she touched me. I got feelings I ain't never felt before. I don't know if this is right. I don't know if this is wrong. I may not even like the way it feels. My mind probably can't even process this right now. And then after the fact, it's messed up because men like this or boys like this become womanizers.
Yeah.
Boys like this don't have successful relationships with women.
Right.
It's hard for them to connect with women on that level because maybe they don't trust women. Maybe you gonna hurt me, like she did. They don't, it says, as research shows, men, they don't tell. Whether
Yeah.
it's done by a man or a woman, they won't come to their mothers. They won't come to people and say, this person did that to me. You'll see signs. That's what research says. You'll see the signs, but they won't verbally say it because as a man, as a boy, you don't want nobody thinking you a punk, or why you speaking up about it? You should be happy about it.
Yeah.
So in our society, why do you think that people feel like it's okay or it should be normal for a grown woman to take advantage of a teenage boy?
This a true story. My cousin, he don't mind I say this. My cousin, right, when he was like 14, he fucked his teacher, he fucked his teacher, right? And so when me and my cousin found out about it, we was like, damn, McLovin, you the man. You the man, McLovin. And so as we got older, he told us like, that wasn't cool that she did that. You know what I'm saying? That was like rape for real. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
everybody around me was like, yeah, that's cool. But at the end of the day, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? So I think with guys, it's also a stereotype. You know how like when women get raped, men blame it on the woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a reverse though for men. Like it's almost like if a man is like against that, is like, like you said, is you weird or something like that? Or it could be like, I'm even embarrassed to even say that this adult woman just tried to touch my balls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My teenage balls. She tried to get them drinks. And so I think that's something that I respect YG for that, because that was strong for him to even do that, because it's a lot of men I feel like that has been molested and SA. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been SA. So, I think that's very strong, and I think people need to take a look at these women who are predators too, because women can be predators, you know what I'm saying? with kids. So you got people who just gotta be careful with their children and teach their kids that it's okay if somebody, especially their boy children, if an adult woman is trying to, sex SA you, then tell somebody it's okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I apologize for my first reaction. I had to think about a situation where my friend told me that he was 16 and his homeboy sister or mom, I don't remember, but it was a big gap. She probably was 40, 42 maybe.
Um,
And he felt like it was nothing. Like, I'm a boy. That's what you expect.
yeah,
And I had to like tell him like, no, that's not right. Like, now that when PY said it, like most men that get essayed is like they become womanizers, or
yeah,
they start beating their girls, or they disrespectful to women, and he is all of the above. Check, check, check.
right,
He don't trust women, and
Yeah.
he's like, I don't understand why I don't trust girls. No, it's because she
Mm-hmm.
took something precious from you. And I
yeah,
feel like society, they look at it, if a girl got essayed, it's like, that's not cool. But if a guy did, it's like, oh, you did what?
Yep.
With a
Yep.
30-year-old? Oh, you the man. But it's
Yep.
like, no, you took this boy innocence. Like, yeah. And Charlemagne the God, he got a essay too. I think he was like 12, and it was his mom best friend. And he
mm,
he ended up telling, because every time she, went
Mm-hmm.
down south, he said he
um,
didn't like how her Jerry curl smelled. And
uh,
he ended up telling his mom. And later on, he met his baby mama, and he was cheating on her with everybody,
um,
disrespectful. And he ended up seeking therapy, and
mm,
that was the reason why he was disrespectful to women and cheating and being a womanizer and being abusive and this and
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I do agree with both you guys. Like, society look at it like, for a guy, like, you the man, like, you did that, you hit the teacher, you hit a 40-year-old when you was
yeah,
16, or you was 14, you hit a 30-year-old, you the man. But
Mm-hmm.
vice versa, if it was a girl, like, oh no, she got, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, we can't say she got art or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's
yeah,
not cool.
Yeah.
But I do agree with both of you guys. I feel like kids is kids, man. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
You
You
are mentally.
over 10 years old, 10 years older than this person, like, that's insane. These people are still in teens. Like, how do your
yeah.
private parts get aroused? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I never understood it.
I wasn't even thinking about sex or nothing sexual
Me,
at even in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
no.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I was.
any boys or fellas that's watching this, it says that 1 in 6 boys will be SA before the age of 18.
Yeah.
So, if that has happened to you, if you identify with anything we talked about, please go seek help. You feel me? Like,
Mhm.
nobody, when you go seek help, those people are not going to judge you. You feel me?
Yeah.
They're going to allow you
Agree.
to speak, and they're going to help you through that. Like, go get your help, like, for real.
PY, can you tell us, because you said when guys get essayed, there's signs. Can you tell us one sign or maybe two?
So the signs that they were saying was like, a boy, he may pull away, like he may become shy. He may not
Um,
speak as much. He may not
um,
want people to look at him. He may start feeling unattractive.
um,
Then another sign, they act out, just like how they say, like, somebody do something to a child and they may not express it verbally, but they get in trouble at school. You know,
um,
Got you.
they start lashing out at authority figures because it's like an authority figure did this to me.
yeah.
It's it's
Got you.
it's a number of things that they do, you feel me, to kind of tell you like, okay, something's not right. But if you know your child, then you would know the signs. You should
Right.
know the signs.
But
So
some people think when they look at their kids, like, oh, that's just a part of maturing and changing from being a kid to being a teenager. So some people, they probably do know their kids, but then when that growth spurts hit, it's like, oh, maybe they're just changing. Like,
Okay,
I'm just looking at it from a mom's point of view.
I'll give you an example. This is why early childhood education is very important, even for parents. Like, parents should actually go check into school and take the first 0 to 5 classes. I'm gonna give you an example. When I was a preschool teacher, I had 2-year-olds. There was a 2-year-old in the class that always touched on herself, right?
Oh,
So it's like in school, you learn, self-discovery. It comes a point in time where, they start, but the issue started to become, she's not just doing it to herself, she's doing it to other kids.
oh no.
So it's like, okay, something's going on. That's a sign, right?
Oh, oh
If
no.
not her own body, she's only going to do that to herself. She's not going to do that to nobody else. Somebody's doing that to her, so she feels like it's okay to touch on other people. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you educate yourself, even if you don't go to school, they got early childhood education books, and they literally teach you about behaviors and how to identify things with your kids.
What's the name of the book so I can?
What's the topic? So when I edit it tomorrow, I can already have all that stuff together.
What's
Close
the
that
name?
back
You know,
door.
that's small shit. That's small.
Close that back door.
Close that back door.
Yeah.
Because we talked about men insecurity. We talked about men getting abused. We talked about as DC turned. We talked about what was your other topic, Smiles?
My other topic was spirituality.
Spirituality. Yeah. Close that back door.
You see, close
Belongs
that
to
back
me.
door. You see,
like
close that. What Dirk say? Close that back door.
Okay, I do. I like that. What is it called? Close. What is it? Episode 13. Close that back door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Man.
You be coming with the.
Because look, don't let the devil in. Don't let the predators in. Don't let the girls who trying to take your girl in. Close
right. Close that back door, Slim. Close it. Hey, close that back door. Hey, bus driver. The back door open.
Close the back door.
And we appreciate y'all for tapping into My Perspective podcast, man. I'm your host and your girl, Treetop Radio LA, man.
It's your girl, they call me PYT. Shout out to UCLA. Let's get this championship, baby.
Is that a Russell Westbrook jersey?
Honestly, I don't even know. I got this at a thrift store.
Oh, damn, that's fire.
Hey,
I need
me
to go
being
thrifting.
out here, I like to thrift now. Like, my nephew got me on thrifting. But this your girl, the one and only, Jamie B.
Jamie B. Burrell.
Girl, don't say my whole fucking government name. What the fuck wrong with you, bitch?
Oh,
Jamie Burrell. And then she said it right, though. Like, that's the...
Bitch, that's your name on fucking Instagram. I ain't gonna get mad at me, hoe.
Bitch, no, and you said it